In 3rd grade there was this girl named Destiny. She was a piece of shit who liked to comment about my weight. We played friendly because we had a mutual friend, but I despised that bitch. Anyways, one day she showed me her password talking diary thing, the ones that have the invisible ink in the inside, and told me I could have it. Me being the broke ass bitch I am, of course took it and put it in my backpack. 2 hours later she goes and tells the teacher someone stole it. She decides to look through everyone's backpacks, and the whole time I'm sitting there, the sweat literally dripping into my ass crack. P.S. I left a stain on the seat. Anyways, the teacher didn't end up looking in my bag because it way hidden behind someone else's and she just missed it. I never gave it back nor confronted her. She always sat with me at lunch but would always leave her tray to go to the bathroom before coming back to eat it. I took my chance and spit a large loogie into her mac and cheese and mixed it in. I would mix it in her fruit or even just in her sandwiches. I did this every day for 3 months until she left the school cause she had cancer. She survived, so I don't feel bad, y'allo.
When I was 14, my love life was super fucking boring, but all of my friends had perfect ass relationships, so I third-wheeled everyone. My friend introduced me to an incredibly hot ass fucking guy and I was ruling. We started talking and a couple weeks later he asked me out. A month later we still had an amazing fucking relationship and we finally did the nasty. The next day my friend asked us to go on a double date and we agreed. While we were there, that bitch was all over my man. My friend went to the bathroom and didn't come back for a while, so my man went to check on her. They were taking a while, so me and my friend's boyfriend went to go check on them. We walked in on those whores doing the nasty on the urinal, so I slapped that bitch of a friend. After that, the bitch's boyfriend and I left them at the fucking restaurant and went to his place. We were pissed off, so we started watching 365 Days and we recreated the fucking boat scene. I decided that wasn't enough revenge on that bitch, so I faked being friends with that bitch so I could seduce her dad. I would sleep over at her house and wear super small shorts and tight tank tops.
I accidentally sent my orchestra teacher a video of me crying. We had to record ourselves playing the music and send it to her so she could grade it. But I left it off to the last minute and was really stressed, and it was really late at night, so I decided to cry for 10 minutes to relieve some of the stress and hence start recording. Unfortunately, I caught myself crying in the beginning of the video and didn't realize until the next day. After we had a one-on-one lesson together, she asked me a bunch of questions about how I was feeling and how stressed I was. I had no idea why. I had a boyfriend named Aiden. Keep in mind we were both freshmen. One day at school he asked if he could come over tomorrow to my house and have sex. I said yes. My mom didn't know, so he had to sneak in somehow. I had a window in my room, so I told him when he comes I will hold a ladder up so he can get in. He said okay and I walked away. Like 3 hours later I saw him with another girl kissing. I didn't tell him that I saw that. I just left it alone. The next day when he came to my house I got the ladder and put it up to my bedroom window. When he was almost finished climbing the ladder, I moved the ladder and made him fall all the way down. He broke a leg and I think his arm, but I didn't care. I just walked away and let my parents or somebody find him on the ground. From Anonymous. In 6th grade I met this dude on the bus who I'm going to call October. October was really fucking ugly and I will never understand why, but we started dating after a few months. He was my first boyfriend, so of course I didn't really know better, so I let him treat me like shit. He would control what clothes I wore and what friends I could have, but would get super mad when I told him not to go to his ex's house who still liked him. Long story short, he broke up with me 2 days after Christmas when I gave him his $100 present, and got back with his ex-girlfriend who he had been cheating on me with. He tried to get me to lie and say we broke up months ago, but I wanted my revenge, so I told his girlfriend everything and he was pissed. He leaked our private messages and even told everybody I was bisexual before I was ready to come out. He even joked about my past struggles with self-harm, but it was so worth it. It's been 2 years and his girlfriend has a restraining order on him and is currently trying to sue him for sexual assault.
In 9th grade I woke up with a horrible fucking period and my bitch of a mom wouldn't let me stay home. I went to school and I was in 3rd period. I could feel that I needed to change my tampon. I asked my ugly ass teacher if I could go to the bathroom and that whore said no, so I screamed I am bleeding out of my fucking vagina. This bitch had the nerve to still not let me go. I was like, you know what, fuck it. So I grabbed my tampon and got in her face with it and said I am either gonna change my tampon right here, you're gonna let me go to the bathroom. This bitch hit me across the face and said go sit down. So at that point I was so pissed I almost beat the fuck out of her, but I didn't want to get blood all over my new pants, so I just went to the bathroom. That crazy bitch started chasing me. That didn't stop me from going in the stall and doing my business. The bitch eventually called security and they brought me to the office. I told them everything that happened and the class backed up my story. The bitch was fired and my mom sued that ugly fat bitch ass whore for hitting me and denying me my human right. 2 months later she was sent to jail for killing her husband and newborn baby. Holy shit, your school was crazy.
This is my personal story. I went on a date with this boy this summer. It was going really well and I was so excited. He took me to play mini golf. He started standing weird as hell so I was like, the fuck? Are you okay? He said that he couldn't help it and that he was sorry. I realized his rat was showing. I laughed awkwardly and he said that I caused it. I literally was just playing this game. What the fuck do you mean I caused it? He took me to his house and we were sitting there. He whipped out his ugly ass rat. I looked and threw up a little in my mouth. He asked me to give him that gawk combo 3000. Bitch, get your Chuck E. Cheese hairy rat looking thing away from me before I grab scissors. I can't believe it looked like that. Why was it curved to the left? Bitch, the fuck is that ugly ass shit? Suck it yourself. I said nobody kept persisting. He got really creepy so I literally ran from him. I turned into Usain Bolt. I said, you wanna see some real speed, bitch? I'll show you some real speed. I got lost in his big ass house but I eventually made it out. Mans was packing. I can't lie. But I was so disturbed. He just asked me to hang out again. I will not hang out with a man who is turned on from a girl literally just playing golf. The fuck? Go watch Tiger Woods then if you like golf that much, you weird ass boy. No wonder his ex left him. I now identify as lesbian. Like seriously. Okay, so one time I was at work and my boss came in my office and he asked me was I single. I said why. He said just a curious question. I said I'm okay but yes I am. Ever since then he continued to ask me out on movie nights and all my favorite places. Mind you, IDK how he knows all these things. Most of my coworkers I had lunch with was complaining about him also, and he just kept asking. Next day I went to work. He kept insisting that I give him a hug every day in the morning before clocking in and heading to my office, until he thought it was okay to touch my ass and I punched him in the chin and proceeded to my office. After work that day I decided to go and talk to the police about it. The next day I came into work and while I was on the way in, the police, with my boss in handcuffs, was on the way out. Comes to find out that was my boss's twin brother. He was arrested before for sexual assault and he killed my boss, and have been acting like him for a few months.
My sister had a boyfriend named Ryan, and he was super hot. He would always stare at me and look at me. So one time it was Ryan, my sister, and I in a room. My sister left the room for a minute and Ryan ran to the door and locked it so she couldn't come back in. He started undressing himself and he told me to get undressed too. So I did, grinning cat face. One thing led to another and next thing you know Ryan's on top of me. My sister somehow opens the door and sees us. They broke up and now I've been dating Ryan for 4 years.
So in 7th grade my friend was dating this boy and I low-key hated my friend and her boyfriend was hot, so I decided to sext him, so he cheated on her with me and so he fingered me at the movies before he went to meet up with her, and I don't regret it, because she is a fucking stupid annoying roach who kept dating all the guys I liked. And now that we're seniors I found out she got pregnant with the same guy who cheated on her with me and she moved to a different state. Their baby is gonna be ugly as fuck. When I was 17 I became friends with this girl from an Instagram comment section. She basically became my best friend since I have no friends in real life. LMAO, how sad. Anyways, we exchanged Snapchats and phone numbers and we video called and sent pictures and videos, so I thought she was legit. After a year of talking we decided to finally meet at a concert in secret and she made me promise not to tell any adults where I was going. I was waiting for her when this old but kinda hot guy came up to me who knew my name. I was like, bitch, who the fuck are you? I am here to meet my friend. And he named my friend and I was like, what the fuck have you done to her? And he was like, that's my niece. And I was like, oh okay, I guess she brought her uncle despite making me promise not to tell any adults. So I was like, where is she? And he was like, she's not coming. And I was like, what do you mean she's not? Here's a story where I got mad at my mom because she wouldn't let me get on my Xbox cause I had bad grades. So I got revenge and got my belt ready and bought $100 worth of V-Bucks from Fortnite, so when my mom got the notification I will be ready. 30 minutes later she called me. I was lucky I wore jeans, so I put the belt around my waist and came downstairs. I had her slipper and she was about to hit me really hard, but I took off my belt and dogged it. It was war. I ran upstairs like I never did before, shut my door, locked it. My mom came upstairs and banged on the door. I got scared, so I got my Curry 6 and opened it, and my dad came home, so I was screwed, but my dad is not athletic, so I ran so fast to my parents' room, shut, locked it, and I got really scared, so I jumped from my window and ran into the woods. But I got scared cause it was winter and it was about 5 o'clock getting dark, so I watched some YT and TikTok and I heard something. I got scared and muted my phone and waited. When I looked it was a clown, so I kept quiet. On my last video I talked about my brother being a future woman beater, but I want to dox him, but he thrives for attention, so I don't want to. Plus he will probably know it's me because I always tell him for him saying the N-word will come back to bite him in the ass. I know for a fact I have videos of him saying it cause but they show my face and that is scary. But yes, he has had tuberculosis because some foreign exchange student brought it from where she came from. But because he's a little bitch boy he got it, ha 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 ha. Like today my mom cleaned his room because it was so disgusting it smelled in there. He came home and was mad and yelling because nothing was in its place. Like girl, be grateful she did that for you. Oh, did I mention he's 19 almost 20 bruh, he still lives at home and doesn't want to go to college because he's waiting for the right time. Like okay, when is that time? 40 year? Here's a really funny story submission that happened to me and my friend. So one time before I had this friend named Laya and we would always go to each other's houses. Mind you, Laya was like 2 years older than me at the time, so she was more developed. So one day we were walking down the street just chilling as usual and decided we should have a sleepover at my house. By the way, she lives like literally right beside me, so we both walk back to her house so she can pack her stuff, and after that we were on the way back to my house. On the way back to my house we were sharing secrets and this bitch told me she was secretly dating my older brother. I didn't believe it at first because back then everybody wanted to be with my brother because apparently something about him turned on my friend, so I just shrugged it off my shoulders until we were in my room about to go to.
When I was in 7th grade, I met this girl in my bus and her name was Lexi. Well, me and Lexi got really close. My middle school was divided into 3 different schools, so me and Lexi went to the same school but a different section of our school, and we also took the same bus. Anyways, one day when I was walking to class through one of the schools, I saw this cute-ass guy and I asked her about him cause she went to school with him, and she told me that it was one of her friends. And that if I wanted her to mention me to him, well, of course I want you to mention me to him, bitch, I think he's cute. Well, he sent me a little note telling me I was cute or whatever, and then we kept sending notes to each other. But one day as I was walking through one of the schools to get to my class, I saw him with a group of friends and they all started laughing at me. I got really embarrassed and didn't know what was happening, so I went to see Lexi to ask her why he was laughing at me. So at my school, there was this really hot popular boy that we all thought was really mean, but everybody was fake to him because everybody just thought he was hot. One day me and my friends were sitting down at lunch, and he came over to our table. This was really weird because me and my friends were not popular at all. We all just kind of went with it and didn't say anything, but we all knew something was right. He was talking to us and laughing with us, and it was actually kind of nice. He was really nice to us. And then I felt something weird touch my foot, so I looked under the table and I realized that he was rubbing his foot up against mine, and then I looked up at him across the table and he winked at me. I felt a little uncomfy, so I said that I had to go to the bathroom, and he said that he had to go to the bathroom too. We were talking on the way to the bathroom.